Hey, good day everyone. So today we're going to talk about World of the Fish. So this is a fishing game. So by default you can see in the screen that you fish, you play, you earn, and you trade. So if you fish, you get fish. Okay, that's a bit redundant, but that's how it is. So that's how the game works. So let's look into the website and get more details on it. Then we can look at the white paper and the team and what are the updates that the game has to offer. So as I've mentioned, this is a fishing game. So you fish, so this is the rod that you're gonna have, then you can play that, you can do fishing, then you can get fish like the sample that you're seeing here, which is a jetta. And this I think is an artifact, so this is probably one of the most expensive fish that you will be able to get in the game. So artifacts are probably the highest in terms of rarities in the game. Then you can also trade that fish. So when you fish, you can actually select different areas in the map and earn WOD token. So later in the white paper, we can show you what the map looks like. And for every location, it has a corresponding WOD token that you can earn. Now, they also mention here that the amount of earnings depends on the level of the player, the rarity, and quality of his equipment. So these three aspects has impact in terms of your WOD earnings. So you have to take note of that when you do your fishing. So I guess at the end of the day, you need to make sure to get those rarities, get those levels for your player so that you can earn more in the game. And the next one would be NFT Fish. So this is what you are going to get when you do your own fishing. So you can use these fishes for bait. Now they also mentioned this in the white paper that depending on the rarity of the fish that you use as bait will also increase the quality of fish that you will be able to get during your fishing. Of course, that's the risk because the moment you use that fish, let's say you use a rare fish as bait and you didn't get a rare fish, then the bait will disappear from your inventory. Second is leave-in collection. I mean, if you would like to have a lot of collection of fishes, then sure, you can leave that in your inventory. Then you can also use these fishes for staking for passive APY. They haven't mentioned anything about how much API you're gonna get for the fishes, but we'll see once they have a little bit more update further on in the coming weeks or months. Then lastly, of course, you can sell the fishes on the marketplace. Of course, the rarer it is, the higher the price will be. Then next, they'll have NFT zones. So they call zones. These are technically land. So these can be bought and sold in the marketplace. And the owners of these zones can earn passive income from all of the catch that takes place in their territory. So you kind of have, you can put a fee, let's say. So how much you want to put a fee in so that the fisherman who wants to fish in your zone will have to pay a certain fee. But since they also mentioned that you can also earn from the catch that they get, so I guess you can get percentage of it. I don't know how that's gonna work, but definitely if you own a zone, then definitely you have passive income here, which is gonna be great. And I expect that the price for these zones will be most likely expensive. So they'll also have features in the game. They'll have ranking systems, crafting mechanics, and guild system. So we can go through a bit more about crafting later in the white paper. Then here is just a mishmash of information about what are the equipments that you'll have, the rarities, the qualities, and so on, which we can talk about later in the white paper as well. Then of course marketplace. So here in the roadmap, they're already at Q4. So they already did the game design plan, storytelling, white paper, development kickoff. Then in Q4, they're doing pre-sale and TGE. Then demo game launch. So I think this one is going to be delayed because they have a Medium article here. So we can open it up. So this Medium article actually talks about a lot of the updates that they have in the game. So now they have a new one. So they have an advisor. I'm not going to pronounce that. So he is the CEO and founder of Bunicorn. But we want to focus on this particular article. So the World of the Fish testnet is here. It's going to be available. So we can open this up. So the schedule will take place on January 15th to February 15th, 2022 on the BSC testnet. So they already have the tutorial on how to get into the testnet and how you can register for the game test. If you're interested, then definitely it's something you might want to get into. It's already open. You can already apply for it. And I think it's going to go up until the 1st of January. So they mentioned it here. So just make sure to get that registered, and once it's available, then if you get whitelisted, then congratulations, you will be able to join the test. Alright, then next would be new features in development. So I'm not exactly sure what that means, it's too vague. Then of course marketplace, so hopefully they can pop that out, but I don't know if the NFT sale has already taken place. I don't think it has. Then on Q1 2022 they will have the complete game. So I would assume when they mention complete game, it's gonna be after the testnet, which is probably most likely it'll happen in March in my perspective. Then they also include the ranking systems, tournaments, and crafting systems. Then in Q2 2022, they will have the major expansion, new territory, spearfishing. So that's a new gaming aspect. So you'll probably have a different NFT here. Then talent system. In here, you'll also see the team. So here you'll see they're animated, but we can actually see who they are. So we can do that if we visit the LinkedIn account. The LinkedIn account will actually open. Then from here, you just go to people. Then you'll see the people involved in the project. Now, there is already a title for these people, but apparently a lot of them, do not have their names disclosed in LinkedIn. So the best you can do here is just compare it. Like this one for CEO is Alexi. Then I would assume that this is Alexi, who is the CEO of the game, then and so on and so forth. But we do have a few people here that's available that you can actually view. So for Dimitri, you can see down here that he is the art director for World of the Fish, which is fairly accurate, and he has how many connections? 500 connections. So I think this is fairly legit in terms of validity of LinkedIn. But again, I'm not an expert, but for me, this is good enough to confirm that they are actually the valid developers of the game. Then they also have advisors. They have Orion Depp. Then they also have these partnerships and investors. So I've already checked CDFI. They are actually part of CDFI. We can view that. So sometimes when you see these, don't just trust on what you see on the website. Just visit those companies that they mentioned there that should be showing if they're really part of the project. So you can see here in World of the Fish is going to have an IDO in 7 days under CDFI. So if you have a CDFI account and you have a token stake for CDFI, then you can definitely try and join in for this allocation. Then also for the investors here, I did check a lot of it, but in some cases I couldn't see. The one that I can really confirm right now is Asteroid Capital, because I did see World of the Fish in their portfolio. So we can go visit the portfolio. Then you can see down here, it is here, World of the Fish. And they also have other games which are quite popular that are also investing to, which is Pegaxy, Chombie Valley, SEO. Then I think there is somewhere, Monster Clans, Poco, Defina. So they have quite a good portfolio in my perspective in terms of games. Some of them I'm not really familiar yet, but maybe it's a good opportunity for me to actually try and look into them as well. Alright, so that's it for teams and partnerships. So next we can talk about Twitter. So Twitter is very important. I already did the audit check for this one. I think they were at 91%, but we can do it again here. So we can do Twitter audit. Yeah, we can put World of the Fish. Then 92%, so which is good enough. And so they have all of their latest announcements. So this is the only place I'm gonna verify where I can say that these are the legit information coming from the game, because I find their Telegram to be unreliable and they don't have Discord channel. Now in terms of community, as they have a lot of community. It's like 58,000. And Telegram I can't confirm, so I guess in terms of community I'd say 50-50. I mean, considering in Twitter it's already fairly big, so I think maybe they would have also a big Telegram community, but it's just that I can't confirm which one. Alright, so let's look into the white paper. So we can look into a bit more mechanics about the game and the token. So their token is WOD, and it's going to be in BSC, and you can increase production of WOD when you upgrade your equipment, skills, leveling up, higher quality equipment. So this is what we talked about earlier when we were looking at the website. So having better equipment, having better levels, having better rarity would actually get you better yield of WOD tokens. So where you can use the tokens, you can use them to purchase in marketplace, leveling up and making upgrades for your equipments. Now for NFT Fish, so as I mentioned earlier, they will have different rarities. You have common, uncommon, rare, epic, legendary, and artifact. So you can see the artwork they have here. They look really nice. So what you can use the fish for is you can sell them and you can use them as bait. So again, take note that the moment you use them as bait, it is removed from your inventory permanently. Then you can also use them to stake and get APY. So here in the maps and zones, as I mentioned, they're gonna have an NFT sale for the map, for the zones. And in here, this is a preview of the map and what it will look like. So the question is, how big are the zones, right? We'll see once they have more updates about it. But definitely it's good to see that they already have an existing map to look at, which is fairly nice. And hopefully they can improve this moving forward. Then equipment. So for equipment, you will have different parts in order for you to build up your rod. So it's not just going to be a fishing rod on the start, it's going to be segregated into separate parts. So you will have the rod, you have the reel, you have the line, hook, and sinker, which is the float. So I guess, I don't know if it's the same, but it's a float, right? So if you're going to look at it here, this is your rod, then this is your line, and this is your reel, and this is your sinker. Where's the floater? I don't think he has a floater here, or did I miss it? But yeah, you need a floater and you need a hook. The hook is the saw, so the floater has to be something here. But anyway, so that's what the rod will be, and you have to make sure to get the complete set so you can have a proper rod for fishing. Then next you have auxiliary, you have lures, baits, bite indicators, fish feeders, cargo, optional accessories. Then they have the special NFT, which is the boat and net. So that will be probably the most rarest ones that you'll be able to get in the game. So I don't know if they're going to sell it separately or you have to earn it somehow, maybe in giveaways or something like that, but we'll see moving forward. Then they also have crafting here where you can craft equipment. So they're looking at giving you rewards when you're fishing in zones. Then you can get certain crafting equipments when you're fishing. But this is a mechanic that I think they're still going to work moving forward. And we'll see if they have any more updates in down the coming weeks or months, and maybe we can do a separate video and update about their crafting part and other updates that we'll have for the game. For roadmap, we already gone through the roadmap and the team. So they also have vesting allocations for their tokens, so if you're curious on the scheduling, you can view it here. And yeah, I think that's about it. So for me, I think the game has a lot of potential. And as I've mentioned, right, the three things I always look for is the team. Number one, are they docs? They are. They're available. Then number two, do they have partnerships? They have quite a bit of partnerships, and they're linked to launch pads like CDFI and BSC pad, which is great. They also have advisors, which is a plus. Then lastly, community. Of course, community, maybe I'll rate it a bit lower because I can't really tell where exactly in Telegram should I be joining, because even if they say that the Telegram name here is World of the Fish, if you try to search them in Telegram, it's not going to show exactly that. It's going to show something else. All right, let's open it up for you to see what I mean. Right, so this is all I'm getting. I don't know if these are the legit ones. This one I'm sure it's not gonna be legit, right? It's like a double H. They say it's global, but it has 12,000 members. I can't verify which ones are real or not. And this one has the token sale, which is confusing for me. So right now I can't really tell. I don't know which one's real or not, so I mean, I'll leave it for now. I'm just gonna refer to Twitter at the moment until I get better clarity on where exactly should I join in. But in any case, guys, I think this ticks all the boxes for me, and I think in terms of artwork, I really like it as well. So hopefully this video helps you out in terms of deciding, are you gonna get into the game or not, or is this something that you would probably try and look back later on. But yeah, thank you for watching the video, and I hope to see you again in my future videos. Stay safe, people.